We have a better firehouse than we did. So we do. Post office is more out, more accessible.
When did they tear down the train stations, since we're on the post office?
You ought to know that. Was
Well,
you
the post
postmaster?
office came in 75,
72.
72. He remembers better than I do.
Yeah, it was in that area is when they tore the station.
Must have been in the 60s somewhere, but I just don't
60s.
remember not coming down right for some reason.
Guy pushed the whole shutting off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
So he was in business at the time.
Dan Henry and Jess and that gang, they used to play basketball and stuff in it. I mean, so they would.
Was it in disrepair that they tore it down, or they?
No, they shouldn't have never tore it down. And
Who made that decision?
I had no idea. It was probably one of the borough council, on the borough council.
Oh. Did it belong to the borough then?
Yeah,
Well, the railroad and all that was closed down and they,
yeah. And they had a steel sheet that they would lay from the railroad car to the station platform mainly. And so they could unload the railroad car. And somebody got married. You got the keys from the upper store, got the sheet, carried it to where these people were, and then you had a serenading.
banging it. All right.
The last that I know it was used was Carl Pheasant and Jenny got married, and they lived down there where, across from the Latham Parsonage in that building. So they did.
Oh, okay. I don't remember them living
Yeah,
there.
there's where they went to housekeeping. Group of us fellas, we got the key, got the tin sheet, that's what we called it. Got that, carried it down, dropped it. It didn't want to drop. Carl opened the door, came on, gave us candy, he says, "Now take it back." Which we did. We shouldn't have, but we did. I mean, he was our teacher. We carted it back, so we did. So,
How heavy was this piece of tin?
Huh?
How heavy was this piece of tin?
it took you 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 6 fellas anyways to carry. I mean, of us young fellas. So it was.
Well, how far did you carry this?
Well, we carried it from the station down there to where they lived.
Yeah, I know, but how about some of the other people you serenaded?
I can remember taking it up there in the corner where, across from where Del Falk lived. Clark Strassel lived there. And all the other places in McClure it was taken. And then, boy, whenever that would go over, that crowd would gather, so it would.
No wonder Carl told you to take it back.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a thing, those serenadings.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was, you know. Over in the country, we sing about crowd. John Smith, yeah, got married. He was up in years, were pretty good. He married this woman. She had children, as far as that was. And they had a serenading for him, and Carl Riggle would have been his brother-in-law, I believe, at that time. He set dynamite off up on the hill, and the people never even heard it. They made that much noise down at the at the house.
Was there any type of quarries that were around this area?
The only quarry was there were the cave is, And whenever they started,
And that's in the ridge.
they had
The
it
cave.
they had it sitting there, and well, I don't know what happened that they didn't quarry anymore out. I don't know, but when they found a cave through the quarrying.
Are you talking the cave behind Red Wright's or the other cave?
Yeah, that one.
Because they found, taking limestone out, they found a cave
Yeah.
in the corner of our ridge too. It's not open, but there's a cave under there.
But that one there, I mean, there was I can remember that quarry sitting there. It was more of a portable quarry. So it was.
I don't know.
I don't know if they quit using it on the road so much or what, that they,
Well, they used it, but I don't know, it seems whenever they found a cave, they quit.
oh, I don't know.
Were they afraid of it collapsing or?
I don't know.
Were you ever in the cave?
No.
Weren't you? I beat you.
I never had a desire to win. I know, you know, well, that boys and me, we were all together still, and they would go in, but I never had a desire to go in.
My dad talked about going in alone.
So,
What do you remember about orchards in town? Do you remember different orchards, who owned what and where they were?
well, your granddad had that up in the hill there, up there. My dad, he plowed the furrows, and your dad and granddad planted the trees.
Now we know. Never knew that. I didn't know. He bought the farm from a Wagner. It was Del Falk and Ike Wagner's dad. What was it, Wayne?
I don't know.
Wayne Wagner?
I had no idea on that.
Yeah. Well, I never knew if he had started the orchard, but you say your dad plowed the furrows to plant the trees.
Yeah. And
Never knew that.
I think the
I
tree,
couldn't get that out of-
I think the trees came in on the railroad.
Probably.
Probably.
I couldn't
Well,
get
I
that out of
couldn't- I
my
remember
family.
he took the wagon, you know, and had the plow in it, and I probably had the trees, they loaded the trees on there, took them up there.
Okay.
And then Pal Coleman had this one out here, which Goody's eventually got, which is I don't think there's any trees there anymore.
I don't think so.
Not worth doing anything.
And then over there, you got Klein Hill. Frank Klein had an orchard up there. Him
Who?
and
Which one?
Klein Hill, there where Frank Klein lived.
Okay.
There was a orchard up on the hill there. Him and Pal Coleman were kind of in partnership
I didn't know
with
that. He's
You know what he
talking,
means.
going behind Fisher's, that's
Yeah.
the Klein farm back there that's,
Up on the ridge there.
Hey,
somewhere.
Up on there.
And he said him and Pal Coleman were kind of together on
There,
that.
son,
And
because,
then Pal put his own in up here later on, apparently.
no, he had that one in already. This one up there he had already.
that's where he had has the cabin, where the cabin still is. Is that where his orchard was?
Out here.
No, up there behind Klein's farm.
You went
Up over the hill.
to get there, you went at the barn, you went up that
Yeah,
road there, and when you get up at the top, then you could go into the orchard.
yeah. He had a cabin there too.
I don't know.
And the cabin's still there.
I don't
It's
know.
on Wright's land now.
Oh, and not Scott, Mark. Matt. Matt has that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Matt, the other brother.
Well, the ball player. Who
Matt-
No,
Right.
no.
That's
his
who
uncle
lives
had-
there.
Up on the top on the left?
Oh, that's Carmen's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, I know
that's
where
on-
you're talking about. The cabin was down over the hill from that back in there.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't on it. And where
Okay.
Carmel lived wasn't on that. That was on a different track.
Well, isn't that cabin or that
Because-
place, isn't that where Shirley Ray lived down in
No,
there?
no, down below, Father.
She
You go into
goes
her
down and
place.
then you go out.
Oh, you go down below further.
Well,
Yeah.
the edge of their yard, you go back
Oh.
through.
Yeah. And,
Well, I remember when I was up there to Bucky Wright's when they lived there.
Yeah.
There was like a building
That's what I'm
out from
talking
the
about.
house.
That's
Yeah.
the cabin.
And they
Then-
picked blueberries, and I think they had them in there to keep them cool or something.
Could be. Tony Matterns bought it.
Tony had it and then,
Oh,
Bucky
okay.
got it.
We don't have Tony Madden on there.
And,
Tony Madden bought Frank Klein's.
no, he didn't buy Frank Klein's.
Well, then he what?
Oh, it was off of a different track there.
Oh, so there were two people had orchards up there.
Well, all Tony had was blueberries.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I never knew that.
I don't.
Brett.
Frank Klein, we don't have on there anymore.
Who?
Brett.
Fred?
Frank Klein.
Frank
Can
Klein.
can I call you back?
Well, it was
What?
Frank's orchard to the
I have no
right.
idea.
If you went,
The truck's in my
There at the
driveway
barn.
because I
You know,
thought I had
where,
to use it and then he brought the car back.
hay vice
But I'm
was
in the
there
middle of
now.
a meeting, I'll call you
If
when I
you
get
there at the
home.
barn, you went
Right.
up, like he was going up, well, there was fields up there that he farmed. But this was then this way, right straight above the barn, so.
Oh, okay. I
And,
can almost remember an orchard being there.
you know, and,
What about barber shops? What ones do you remember being in town?
you had,
I know about Albert.
yeah,
What were some other ones?
well, I mean, there was there and then, there was another Albert in there after Ed died. And who else was in, I don't remember.
Bratton.
Bratton, yeah, Bratton was in there.
Is that the only barber shop there ever was in McClure?
No, down where the library is, Harold Flood had a
Oh, I forgot about
Gosh,
No, we have 'em in
shop
here.
in there.
we have that. Oh, okay.
So that was
forgot about that.
down in the library building there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But prior to Albert, well now Ed Albert, which one was Bobby's dad? Bobby Albert's dad. Was that Ed or?
No, Ed's child was Elwood.
Which of those are big
And
roads?
he
Under
was
that
then
Robert, one.
Sergeant
I
in
found
the
it.
Lewistown Police Force,
Oh,
Elwood was. And, I don't remember if Ed Albert had another child besides, Elwood or not.
oh, okay.
I don't remember that, so I don't.
Well now was that father and son or nothing related?
What,
Ed Albert and the
they
other
were
one,
probably related, but,
but not father and son.
I don't know. I can't remember what his name was, and or first name. So I don't. And then, didn't Ralph Baker marry his widow, I believe? Yeah.
That was Bobby's mother.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
When did McClure Police Department cease to exist? That was more recent.
I don't remember what year that was.
Early 2000s or?
Oh, no, we ever had a police
Yeah,
department.
yeah, we did. I can,
Who
yeah,
was
I
it?
mean, they used to sit there and I marked my barn bridge. One fella did.
There was it seemed
It's
like
in
there
the-
was a new one every year. There was a new
Well,
officer every year.
Well, but this was, probably if you go through the borough books, you could find that. It's the only way I can tell you. There, before that, they had fire police, you know, and they more or less took turns.
Well, who were some of the officers? Do I remember any of them?
Charlie Church was,
Okay, I do that, yeah.
and George Henry, I believe, was.
George Henry Wagner, okay.
Yes, yes.
Charlie Church, he backed in there at the bus shed one night, and Keith, he went up and put an M80 off underneath him.
Who did?
Keith,
Keep it on.
that thing went on, and he tore out of there in a foam as his car would go.
No. I'm going backwards again, but back to the orchard thing. Now, I talked to Norman about that. Now, he couldn't come up with that at all, whether Grandpa Weeder planted that orchard or not.
Yeah.
So that's the first we
Yeah,
ever
and I,
knew that.
I can remember, I was alone, and I slept on the, in the afternoon, I slept on the box where the trees came in.
Okay.
So I did. And, well then, Jim Falk had an orchard down on the ridge.
Yep. Yeah, this one and that. Yeah. Well, the only story that Norman could come up with, or his memory of the orchard that my grandpa Weeder had up there, was that my dad would drive the tractor up there to go up to the orchard. I don't know what reason or whatever,
Maybe a spray.
but Norman rode along with him. And he said when you're going up the red grounds there, where the steepest part is, the front of the tractor would lift up in the air.
Yeah, he probably had the sprayer on.
Well, I don't know. But then Norman said my dad was a good driver because he would get it to come down again, and they continued on up over the mountain until they got where they were going.
Yeah.
Do you know any Pennsylvania Dutch or no?
Why?
I'm just
Reckon Sie Deutsch.
He bished her.
One. We want some more out of you.
I think. Die bist ein schlechter Boo.
now what is that in English?
You're a bad boy.
Like the Boo.
Okay.
I'll tell you a story on that. One day we went down to Jim's in Strasburg. Before you get into actually Strasburg, there's a Surefine store. And Gladys said, we're gonna stop at a store, and I don't know what we got. But anyways, when we was checking out on the far aisle, on the other one was an Amish family. And this little boy on there, you know. I looked over at him, I said, "Bist du ein schlechter Boo?" You should have seen his expression. Guile as horse. Hund as a dog. Kotz as a cat.
But you never spoke any German at home with your mother and dad, but
No.
they surely spoke it.
Yeah, Grandmother Hassinger could speak Dutch better than she could English.
Well, yeah, sure.
So she could. And when my dad would talk to her, he would talk to her in Dutch most of the time, and she would answer, you know, in Dutch. Mother would talk to her in English, and then she would answer Mother in Dutch. Mother could talk Dutch, yeah, but she, for some reason, that's how I got to what I know. And when I worked for the expectation and getting on amongst the Amish, and I knew what they were talking about.
No, I can't follow what they're saying
Yeah.
too much. But most of the things you said, I recognize.
And
Wrote.
yeah, stuff like that. And then also, there was a German song. Dat River, dat Rasch, dat steht hier all andere Berner Refuge Hemmers von Strauss.
I don't know that one.
Over there, out there, stands Andrew Banner with his shirt tail out.
Boy, he's picking on me.
Then there was another one, they would sing at extension meeting when I was a youngster. And men hennes stal voor alle kie, ze stenen mis besonder nee. Die pressen jammer alle badden verslachten de kelven en given the geld to the almond light. We have a stall for old cows. They're standing in the manure to their knees. We kill the calves and give the money to the poor people. I mean, there's more to it. Probably if I dig around, maybe I could find it, and then also in there was the Depression. It was probably made back in the 30s or something like that, because one of the things in it was the Depression yammer all the borrower. Yeah, that there was the Depression hurts all the farmers. So,
Was there any powwowing in your family at all, or?
not in mine, but Howard's powwow.
Yeah, my uncle,
Oh, Baker, did he?
a little bit, yeah.
A
not-
little bit,
He didn't push on it, but,
yeah.
yeah, he knew some of the words.
And
Well,
he-
didn't
he-
Della Falk,
Huh?
didn't Della Falk powwow?
I sworn and I can tell you, but Howard told me one time he had a powwow book, and he lent it to somebody, and he never got it back, and he didn't remember who he lent it to.
I was gonna say, I never saw him.
And that's what he told me one time.
They had to open to a certain page and read for a certain page, like if you were bleeding, and they had
He
different.
was, he told me he stopped blood one time, and he said it gives you a funny feeling, so it did. You know, but something was bleeding, and he powwowed and stopped the blood.
Did he ever say where he learned it from? Somebody in
No.
his family? Because it's usually passed down the family.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
it has to go from a woman to a man and a man to a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know, but,
Do you know,
And
does anybody
Jake-
still
Jakey
do
Ba-
it?
Jakey Baker, I think Howard said he could powwow some too. Well, yeah, he did. One of the Liverpool boys had warts on his hand. And Dr. Liverpool, he tried to get rid of these warts and he couldn't. Dr. Eater tried. And Howard told him, the boy, I don't know if it was Bill or Bob, go over to Jakey and he'll powwow and they'll get rid of it. So,
Well, those boys went over there quite a bit anyhow.
yeah, they
didn't
were over Howard's a lot.
Mainly Bill the oldest.
And
So,
anyways, they told Dr. Liverpool about this. He said it won't hurt. So Jakey powwowed and the warts went away.
Dr. Leipold had some faith in powwowing.
So,
He referred some people.
yeah, so I learned that.
Well, do we want to take a break here?
whatever.